Good morning. I'm sitting here waiting, trying not to make my face look too funny so that when my face freezes for the for the what do you call it? The little picture, it doesn't look all crazy like it usually does. So I'm just sitting here. How are you? I see one. Good morning. What is today? Tuesday. Almost the end of September already. We're almost there. We're almost to October. We're driving around. I just took my daughter. She needed breakfast, so that's why I'm so late. Good morning, Annie. They. Here we go again. Anyway, we had to go grab some breakfast, so that's where we've been. So we just got back. Good morning to everyone who's joining me. Happy Tuesday to you too. Thankful Tuesday. Thankful every day. Gratefulness. It changes everything, doesn't it? I know for me, I've been really. Yesterday was kind of a reactive day for me. So I wonder if you guys are feeling the same way. We're so reactive right now. So this morning, I spent a whole lot of time standing in the shower going, okay, wherever this is coming from, start clearing my energy. I start calling in the angels. I'm like, okay, I need some help today because yesterday was kind of a heavy day. I can spend time. I realize that a lot of this, I can get angry with myself for my reactivity, or I can go back and say, okay, little ego, what is it that's hurting? So yeah, you ordered breakfast, Danny. Great. Hi, Eric. Good morning. Um, it's being delivered. Good idea. It's raining outside. We had to go pick up. Here's the reason: because she thought that because she keeps all these crazy hours, and she's been wanting some kind of crazy burger at McDonald's, and I'm like, okay. I told her last night, get up and around. We'll go over there and grab it. Didn't get up and around until like 11 o'clock at night. Decided, okay, now I'm ready to go. And I said, now it's too late. So this morning, we'll try again. She still wants it. And I'm like, all right, and so I get her out early and I take her over. And then I'm like, we're sitting in line. I'm like, oh, crap, Abby. Guess what? It's breakfast. So still did not get some kind of crazy burger, whatever it was. I don't know. Anyway, that's my story. So that's where we are today. I'm ranting and raving. So I realized as I make that shift back into the higher self world, I realized that this morning when I was really spending some time with myself, analyzing, trying to figure it out, I think that we think too much. I've been told oftentimes that I really just think too much. High IQ equals thinks too much, and instead of just feeling, need to feel things out instead of immediately going to the brain that says, "Oh, it's this reason or this is what's going on." I need to feel it. I need to see how I really feel. So yesterday, I was just in that space of feeling really alone again, and I walk downtown and there's people everywhere, and I see couples everywhere that are walking hand in hand. And I even saw two geese. I saw two geese flying low right down the street, and I was like, "See, even they're coupled. Even they have each other today." And I'm sitting here on a bench by myself, feeling, kind of down. That all comes out of my fears. That fear of being alone comes way back from early childhood. I've always been good at being all by myself. I've always been good at that, but that doesn't mean that I always like it. And so I was in that place yesterday. So I wonder, you guys, if you fight with things like that too. If it's that sense of being all alone sometimes on a planet that doesn't really fit. That's what it feels like. We're on a planet that doesn't really feel like home. And so we have to have these reminders. I actually, as I was walking back, I heard this song that was talking about how we have these different things happen to remind us. Good morning, Tina. We have these different things happen to us. Like we have people that come in and go out, and difficult things happen, illness and disease, and all these painful experiences in life. And maybe they're reminders to remind us that we're not really home, something like that. I do believe that the hard times, the difficulties, all of the things that we go through, they all work together for good. They all teach. It's all teachable moments. But trying to teach the ego that is a different story. My ego is still sitting around going, well, geez, why did we go through that? The ego And I know that's a collective thing for all of us. The ego doesn't like to fully fall in. The ego's like, no. Would rather say, not fair, didn't want to go through that. The ego would like to just sit around and feel sorry for itself. That's the truth. And the ego spends so much time thinking about these things, thinking about the hard times. And so it's easy to get triggered when we spend too much time in the ego, isn't it? It's easy for the ego is like, see, it's happening all over again. You're going through another pattern. See, this is all going to, the ego has this crazy little voice that likes to pull us back down into that mud pit, doesn't it? So really reactive right now. I keep reminding people that the energy, whether it's retrograde, whether it's the collective energy of just humanity going through all these things at the same time, whatever it is that's going on. Hi Danette, good morning. Thank you for finding me. Whatever it is that's going on, we're really in a time of super reactivity. We're in a time when the energy is very difficult to be here on the planet. So I'm just here today to tell you that you're not alone. I think I needed someone to tell me that yesterday. So I'm going to give you that today. You're not alone. You're never alone. You're always surrounded by angels. This morning when I finally got out of my slump, I got in the shower and I'm like, okay, Archangel Michael, I am ready now. I have gone through this mud pit long enough. You see, that's the problem. That's the belief is that as we get more into this love and light kind of atmosphere, we think that we shouldn't allow the ego to go to those places. We think that we're supposed to be all joy. We're just supposed to live and walk around being happy and joyful and everything's good. Happy, happy, joy, joy. And that's not the truth. The truth is that we're still in physical form. And it really is part of the job to be willing to go into those deep, dark places, to be willing to suffer with the masses, to feel the pain, to go through it. That's part of our job as filters, as lights, to be right there with them. You ever seen, there's a little cartoon that I saw that talks about depression. And what it's trying to show is it shows this one animal down in like a dark cave. The animal is supposed to be humanistic, but that animal is really down and depressed and really doesn't want anybody to bother it. It's just going to stay there in its little pit of despair. And pretty soon a friend comes in and it's like, no, I don't want you to try to fix me. None of us needs to be fixed, and that's the truth. And the other animal that came in just went in slowly and quietly and sat there. Said, I'm not going to try to fix you. I'm willing to climb down in with you. This other one wasn't grabbing a hold of the hand of the one that was down and depressed. It just climbed in and sat down and just said, I'll be here with you. And they cried together. And sometimes I think we forget that that's part of this too. Hi Donna, is to be willing to just stop trying to fix other people. Don't try to force them down your belief system. Don't try to, just because oftentimes we in religion too, or whatever we're doing, we're like, wow, look what I found. It's so great. I want you to take it too. This is my belief and I would love to shove it down your throat kind of thing. Or I'm sorry that you're hurting, but if you just do it this way, it's going to make you feel better. We try to force them. We try to fix everybody. And I can fall into that myself. I don't want anyone around me to be hurting. Let me see if I can fix it. But today is my reminder that it's not my job to fix anyone. Nobody is truly broken. Is that my job is just to be here. And when I see someone who's hurting, I can sit down with them and I can let them know that they're not all by themselves. That's my job. My job isn't to try to pick up their stuff and carry it. My job isn't to try to fix anything that's broken with them. My job is only to be there, to let them know that they're supported. And really, truly, that's what our angels do too. They're always around us. They've been around us since we came to this planet. They're always there. They don't come in and try to fix us. They wait for us. They sit with us. And when we decide that we're ready for a little help, they're always there. They're waiting. They say, okay, great. You've asked for help. Now I can come in and help you. But until we ask, we are allowed to sit in our mud puddles. So can we follow that same example today? Can we just be present? Can we see a need? Someone that has a need, that someone needs just a little bit of love, little attention, just like our egos. and just be there with them without trying to fix them. Toughest thing in the world when it comes to our loved ones, isn't it? When it comes to those children especially. I've been through so much in my life. I don't want my children to hurt the way that I have. But there's no way that I can stop that from happening. And I shouldn't stop that from happening because they've come here for growth. And so if I just put them on an ivory tower someplace and say, okay, nothing's going to hurt you. You're going to sit right here in this tower, safe and protected, and nothing's going to get to you. It's not going to help them to grow. It's not going to help them to learn how to love better. It's not going to help them to fulfill what their soul contracts are here on the planet. It's going to just keep them. It's going to stunt them, enable them to not have any growth. Does that make sense? These pains, these suffering, it's all here for a reason. Like it or not, it's part of our human existence right now. And each one of us has a plan, and each one of us has chosen to go down the path that we've chosen. Would I now, as a conscious self, ever decide to do things the way that I've done it? No way. There's no way I would have put myself through this. My conscious self would never choose to go through this kind of these struggles and this pain. You know that. Your conscious self would like to come into the world with a silver spoon in your mouth and have everything just given. You know, oh, I'm 16, I get a brand new car. Somebody's going to give me a car. And no one is ever going to die in my life, and people are just going to show me love, and I'm never going to get hurt in any way. And when I'm old enough, I'm going to fall in love with Prince Charming and live happily ever after in a castle someplace. That's the conscious self's plan, I think. And then the soul says, no, sorry, it can't be that way. You won't grow. I'm sure there's some people that have a life that's pretty idyllic. They still go through more pains than they show, more than likely, and they're going to go through things. It's part of life. It's part of us choosing to come to this planet. If we wanted everything perfect all the time, this is not the planet to come to, let me tell you. I'm sure that there's other planets out there where we can go and just live that idyllic life. Not this one. You and I, we are made of some really tough stuff. And we go through these things so that we can better understand other people. We go through these things so that our soul has the opportunity to grow, so that the collective consciousness has an opportunity to grow, so Source has the opportunity to experience things that otherwise would not be experienced. So let's go, Erica. You want to go to that other planet? We'll do that next time, okay? This time we all signed up to go through some difficulties, to go through some heaviness, to go through some pain. We're working on changing that together. We're working on it, aren't we? We're trying to create a new earth. We're trying to bring back the whole idea of the Garden of Eden, of having a world that provides for us without us having to labor. No more painful childbirth. No more illness. No more death. Can you imagine? But for now, we're still really in this. So we have work to do, don't we? And I know I'm tough enough to do it. I've been here this long. I'm going to stick around. Even on those days when I'm like, I'm so tired of all the heaviness. I'm tired of it. Let's see. I'd like to rewrite my contract, Erica. Well, what we're being told right now is we can sever. We can rip up those old soul contracts if we'd like. We're in a new energy. We don't have to, because humanity has really already learned all these lessons. So think of yourself as part of that huge big body, even though your soul thought it wanted to come here and learn certain things by going through certain experiences, because we have collectively already really suffered as much as we need to. We've already learned as much as we possibly can from all of the suffering and violence and hate. We don't need to do that anymore. So I would suggest that you just go in and ask to have those soul contracts that are still there, that no longer serve you. They no longer serve your higher purpose. You can have them. You can rip those right up if you'd like. You can get rid of old karma. You can dump that ancestral energy that still hangs on you. You are allowed to stand in your own energy field. Only you, not carrying anybody else's stuff. You are allowed to ask to have your energy cleared. So All you gotta do is ask. Once again, we gotta call on those angels and ask for some help. That's all. Set your intention on clearing away any soul contracts that no longer need to be fulfilled. Burn them up, sister. Set yourself. New moon, not new moon, full moon is coming up. What? 2 days from now. It's a good time to say, okay, I'm clearing away any karma, any soul contracts, anything that no longer serves a purpose in this existence. I'm ready to release those things. And then, build yourself a little fire out under that full moon. Burn them up. If the weather's not nice, then get yourself a little cast iron something. And when I get them back, I've got them at my other house. I've got some little cauldrons. I love them because I can just set something on fire and drop it in it and say, okay, I'm done with that. I'm done with it. It's a great way of really placing your intent on something, and then the action seems to push it into existence. Does that make sense? We have these ways of creating our manifestation ways of creating, and we're getting better at it. And one way is by using the emotion, the most important way. We think emotions are not useful. Emotions are powerful. If we just sit here and say, I'd like to do this, but we don't put any oomph behind it, we're not creating. So it requires us that emotion, no matter what we set our intent on, we say, I'm going to set an intention on receiving a new car. And then we don't go a little bit further and really push that love energy into it. We're not fully creating. Does that make sense? Manifesting. A few months ago, I thought about this when I was driving a little while ago. A few months ago, I've been clinging to a car. This is just a quick story. I've been clinging to this car. I've got a red Journey. I've had it for like 5 years, 5.5 years almost. Steve gave it to me, brand new car. He wanted me to be safe. And so he took me to the dealer and we bought this it was brand new when we got it. It was like 13 miles on it. Dodge Journey. It was nicer than his car by far. His car at that point was kind of a mess. But I asked him, I said, why do you want to give me such a nice car? My car is so much nicer than yours. And he just simply said, I want you to be safe. So I have driven that car. It has come to the mountains with him and I on probably 1 or 2 years that we came to the mountains together. I know the last time we came to the mountains, that red Journey came with us. I've had it for a long time. He drove it a lot. I drove it a lot. When he got sick, it was the car that took him back to the hospital, so it carried that energy. When I'm in the car, I look to the right seat and I still see him being very sick. So it still carries that energy. This short story is turning long. So, but I've been clinging to it because it's the car that he gave to me. A couple months ago while I was driving through the mountains here, it's not a good mountain car. It's only a 4-cylinder. It doesn't like the mountains at all. And so a couple months ago, I said, I was just driving and all of a sudden I got this new car and I'm like, no. Like, I sat there for a second and that it just came to me, new car, and I'm like, can I let go of this car? This is the car that Steve gave to me. Can I let it go? But I got the very clear knowing that I was coming into a different car. There's a different car sitting in my driveway today. Jim, and at the time that I heard that, I had no idea where that car was going to come from either. I didn't know if I was supposed to trade in the Journey. I didn't know if I was supposed to, what I was supposed to do, and I can't trade in the Journey. I can't force myself to do it. So Abby and I were just driving through town, and I'm like, this car that I'm driving, it's not the Journey. I've been driving this. He left it here a few days ago. It's one of his cars that he doesn't like to drive it because it uses too much gas, and I don't drive that much. And it's a beautiful car. It's so much fun to drive. It's like a stick shift. It's a FJ Cruiser, so it's like a big old Jeep going through the mountains. It's a mountain car. And Abby and I were driving through. She goes, Mom, this is such a nice car. And I'm like, yeah, guess what? 2 months ago, when I got that knowing that I was going to get a new car, I had no idea where it was going to come from. That's what my point is that sometimes we get that knowing that we're supposed to get something, and we block how we're going to get it. I would have liked to have told him, no, you can't give me that. But instead, I took my hands down and I said, okay. I did the receiving, like you guys that have taken the class with me. I'm like, all right, I'm in receiving mode. He wants me to have this. He feels as if I'm safer in this car. Once again, that same pattern has repeated. A man says, I want you to be safe. So here I am with a different car in my driveway. That red journey did not get traded in. The red journey is transferring to my son. It's staying in the family. So all the way around, I feel this beautiful, gratefulness, gratitude that we're so cared for even when we feel like we're not. We need to be aware of different ways that we are provided for, that it's not always just going and doing things the old way, that it's just being open to receive, manifesting in a way, using our emotions, using that love energy to create those things that we need and that are always there if we just allow them. So I'm not sure how this connects to I think too much. I think it does. It does connect to I think too much. We think too much, don't we? We think that we know how we're supposed to be provided for. We think that we know how everything's supposed to go. We think that we know how to do, how to create, how to manifest, we can't keep thinking our way into stuff. The whole idea here is that we stop thinking our way in and we start feeling our way in. So emotion is that way of feeling. It's how does it feel to you? How does it feel? Does it feel good? Does it bring you joy? Go that way. Does it give you anxiety? Don't go there. Stop putting yourself in a place that when anxiety is your higher self and your ego having a good battle. The higher self says, no, you got to go this way. This is your path. And the ego says, no, it's comfortable that way. We've always done it that way. Let's go back that way. And so then there's this anxiety kicks in. It's like, no, you got to go this way. The higher self says, come on, please come this way. And the anxiety comes out of the fear from the ego. It says, no, I can't do that. I'm afraid to step off that plank. I'm afraid to because it's always been this way. So that's what, that's my story, Erica. I'm sticking to it. That's my story today. We all have beautiful stories, don't we? I feel like sometimes I fall into the painful parts of my story. Sometimes I can sit here and tell you the pain. I only tell you those painful parts because I want you to know that I'm right there with you, that I've been going through it, that I will continue to go through it with you, that I'm right here. As long as I'm on this earth, I'm in it with you. I'm right here on the front lines with you. I love you too, Erica. So as we're on the front lines together, we got about 10, 15 minutes. We'll sit here and we'll go clear some energy together. We're going to call in all the angels. I already feel their heat. It's funny when I say, okay, we're going to go together, and they'll go, okay, guys, here we go. She's getting ready to call us in. So I hope you can feel the energy of the angels this morning. They're so present. Relatable. You are. Thank you, Jeanette. I try to be. I'm just being me. If you met me in real life, this is me. I don't really put on any airs for people. I don't really know how. I just try to be honestly, unapologetically me these days, and hopefully people accept that. My tribe always does, I notice. Do you notice that? That the people that are meant to be in your life love you just exactly the way that you are. That's the greatest feeling in the world. I can come here and be exactly who I am, and those that need to learn from that or to share that experience with me, they always show up. You guys are awesome for that. So thank you for being my tribe. I really appreciate you guys. All right, so I'm feeling this crazy heat right now. It's like lighting me up. So let's go ahead. We're gonna let these angels do their work. Angels, I can tell you, whenever you are in the presence of angels, there's a warmth about them. It's like this heat will just wrap around you. So if you're feeling it right now and your heart's lighting up, then you're feeling the angels. So I hope that you're able to feel that. That's my experience of angels anyway. And the angels will speak through us when we allow. So if there are any angels that have messages for us today, they're more than welcome to come into the room, into the building. And we're open to receive. All of us. Put yourself into receiving mode. Just be like, thank you. Is it Sherry? Rimpy, I can never remember. Thank you, Sherry. So just get yourself into receiving mode. They want to gift you today with some beautiful energy. I can feel it moving in. Allow yourself to feel that beautiful energy, relaxing all those muscles in your shoulders, in your forehead. Do you notice how we get this worry line right here? Release it. Let it go. There is energy here. You can stretch it. Stretch it. Give yourself that third eye room to expand. Feels good, doesn't it? Allowing yourself. Do something with me. Do some movement back and forth in front of yourself for just a minute. You can do this. You can grab this shoulder and pull it down the other side, and grab this one and pull it down the other side, and do that a few times. I feel like we're all just kind of out of balance. So we want to balance that energy. I can already feel it. Your body just goes, oh gosh, thank you so much. We're very energetic beings. We want to make sure that our energy is flowing easily from both sides. So oftentimes doing skipping, jumping jacks, yoga, Tai Chi, anything like that where you're balancing your energy, it makes you feel good in your own body. And that's the idea here. We have these big, beautiful souls. They're locked up in this tight little body. Let's loosen up today. Let's allow the energy to flow easily through, okay? That's why people do yoga. Let the energy flow today. So, as you're sitting there, put your feet down. Envision those beautiful roots going deeply into the earth, planting you. I would love for us to go back to the playground today for a few minutes. We started this way 6 months ago. We had a lot of fun together. We did deep dives into the pool. We would do skipping and all these fun things. And so today, one exercise that we often did, and it just came to me, was being the hot air balloon. And that's been coming up a lot. We all have cords and attachments that we need to release. We can ask for help. Archangel Michael loves to come in, take that big old sword and sever and release any cords or attachments. Anything that you're holding on to that you would like to release. So I want you to envision yourself in this beautiful hot air balloon. You can close your eyes and see yourself. You're standing in the basket, and that balloon is any color that you'd like to choose. It can be rainbow colors. It can have flowers, daisies, dandelions, sunflowers, purple flowers, whatever kind of flowers, or really anything that you like. Hi, Chetta. Going into a meditation. We're doing the hot air balloon. So envision your balloon and hop in that basket. Hello, hello. So glad you popped in today. So ground your energy and then allow yourself to get into that basket, that hot air balloon. We're going to go way up high into space. Let's see how high we can fly. So those things, those cords, those attachments, that old baggage that you might be carrying that might not even be your own, those things that you don't want to let go, the heavy energy, the belief systems that no longer serve you, all of those things that you're still holding on to, those attachments to people that are cruel, that are mean, that are no good for you. You don't need to carry those anymore. So as you're sitting there in that hot air balloon, I want you to see yourself. These beautiful cords are all around, and they're tied to these heavy bags of sand that are holding your hot air balloon to the ground. And you have been given in your right hand a pair of scissors. They're large scissors. You're going to need to use both hands to make these scissors work. You've been given these scissors, and you can cut any of those cords or attachments that you would like to release. And every time you cut one of those cords, your hot air balloon goes a little higher into the sky. And you can cut them all at once if you like, or if you're a little bit hesitant, you just take it one at a time or 10 at a time, whatever you like to do. But go ahead and start cutting those cords and attachments. And as you do that, we're calling in all of the angels to assist you to know which cords to cut. We're asking them to assist you in cutting those cords. We're asking Archangel Michael to bring this blue flaming sword in. If you'd like his help, just call on him. He'll help you. And as you release those cords, anything that is no longer serving you, any earthbound spirits, any cords or attachments to any living human that does not serve you. And I'm asking you to just, hi Gaia, I'm asking you to remember that anything that is not your own, you do not have to carry. So if you have any cords or attachments to anyone, you cut them with love. Even to our children, we cannot carry our children's baggage. We have to be willing to cut that cord in order to fly freely. And as we do that, we're allowing them to fly freely too. Our cords to our children are not always good for them. Oftentimes they're not. So hello Melanie. Hot air balloon time, you guys that are just joining us. Please envision yourself in a hot air balloon of your color choice. We're asking you to, all of these cords and attachments that are tethering you to the ground, just go ahead and start cutting on them. You've got beautiful scissors in your hand. The angels are assisting you. Anything that no longer serves your highest of good, we are releasing. Whatever you're willing to let go of. And as you're letting go, those balloons are starting to climb higher and higher and higher into the sky. You're perfectly safe. The angels are watching over you. You can go as high as you want to go. I want to go all the way to the moon. I love to fly to the moon. One of these days I want to go to Mars. Let's go to the moon together. There's a nice lift. So as we're doing this, the angels are coming in. Source energy is coming in from your crown all the way down every chakra center, clearing through all of your energy centers. So pouring this beautiful energy through the crown down into the third eye. I'm feeling a lot of pressure in the third eye, a lot of healing going on. Letting that energy flush right on down through, opening up your spiritual gifts, opening you to your truth. Clearing away anything that no longer serves, healing. Archangel Raphael is working on healing any disease, any dis-ease, anything that's holding you back. It's creating illness, fatigue. Opening you up to your truth. So the energy is moving down into your third eye, not through your third eye. Still flushing through. And there it goes, down into the throat. Continue to fly high, you guys. Tell me what you're seeing as you're flying through the sky. Are there birds? Are there dragons? Flying horses? Beautiful clouds. Messages in the clouds. Whatever you want to see is there. This is your creation. Energy's moving down into the heart. I hope you can feel that. Keep on flying. The skies are blue. My balloon has gone up so high that it's out of the atmosphere. And now I have just blackness and beautiful stars and a moon glowing brightly above me. And I'm flying right to it. Keep breathing nice and easy, allowing the energy to flow throughout your body. Take a big breath into your heart right now. And as you breathe in that beautiful energy, it's going out to every cell. It's going to every part of your body, expanding, bringing this beautiful light energy in. Energy's now into the solar plexus, moving nice and easy. Opening up your chakras, allowing them to spin perfectly. As they're spinning, they're throwing off any blocks that you've put up. Any walls that you've built around yourself, they're knocking them down, allowing your truth to shine through. Down into the second, perfect. You guys are nice and clear. Keep flying higher and higher. We'll come back in just a minute. Allow your soul to just fly free for a little while. Doesn't it feel good? The soul doesn't like to be tied down to this heavy body, this heavy earth energy. Always wants to fly. Big breath. Ugh, lots of clearing going on. It's beautiful. Down into the root. You know, there's heat going down the legs, all the way down those beautiful roots of yours, down into the earth, all the way to the core of the earth. Beautiful crystalline core. It's lighting up, recycling that negative energy just flushes through that crystalline core. And it comes right back up through the earth and into your beautiful roots and back up into your body, lighting up every cell. Ding, 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 like a Christmas tree. You're lighting up. You're getting ready for the season. Beautiful. Now I want you to take that beautiful energy and take that hot air balloon. We're going to do this exercise. We're going to fly all the way around the earth. We got a little engine on our hot air balloon. It's a turbo. It can go really fast. So all of this energy that you just built up in your body, beautiful earth energy, I want you to take it and just spread it around the earth for just about 20 seconds, 30 seconds. Take it and start now. Nice. Well done. Wherever it's needed, if you have any special needs, anyone that you know of that has special needs, you can focus energy on them too. Super nice and well done. Feeling lots of energy moving. Good job. You can keep on going if you need to. I would love for you to bring that hot air balloon back down to home base, okay? So take a big breath. You're going to pull all of that beautiful energy right into your heart space. You can bring the balloon with you. Your ego will love that. So take a big breath and pull that whole self back into your heart right now. Nice. And now we're asking Archangel Michael to wrap each one of you in a beautiful bubble of protection. Nothing goes in without your permission. Nothing goes out without your permission. Nothing but love. Nothing but love. Be safe. Be protected. Enjoy your day as you go out and about, knowing that you are fully supported all the time, that your angels are wrapping themselves around you, caring for you, always waiting for you to call on them. Always. They're always there with you. You are never alone. Enjoy your day today. Get out there and get yourself in some nature. I'm going to go take a rainy day walk here in just a little while. I need that nature. Enjoy your day. Very relaxing. Good. Good. I love those relaxing naps as we meditate. Take good care of yourself, Rumpy. All right, you guys. I love you so much. Take good care. Let me know how you're doing today. You can keep on responding. I'll check in. I love you so much. I'll see you again tomorrow. Some of you I'll see in class in just a little while. Take good care. See you soon there, Danette. Thank you, Chetta. Thank you for joining me this morning. You guys are all such blessings. Take good care.